What's going on, guys? Alex here, and we are back with another stock versus not video. As always, we are at the short course at Suzuka here in lovely virtual Japan, and today we are still working in the Ford dealership. So the next vehicle on the list is the 2015 Mustang GT. So we got some pure American muscle going on. So as always, we're going to start with the stock version of the vehicle as you would get it from the dealership here in the game, and then we will fully modify a second vehicle and see what type of lap time differences we will get out of it. So just spec wise, what you're looking at, 2015 Mustang GT, 434 horsepower, 3,700 pounds, and we are in a front wheel drive, naturally aspirated. For those of you guys, that is the 5.0 Coyote engine, if I know my Fords. We have 537.25 performance points, and if you want to go back to the leaderboard, currently the Focus RS, the fully modified one, is at a 51 second. That is in the engine swapped GT LM test car supercharged nonsense that we put into it in the last video. So let's go ahead and get on with it. As always, we're going to attempt 3 laps in this vehicle, and we will see how that turns out. As you can already tell, we have Sports Hards tires. That's what comes on the Ford Focus, the Ford Mustang from the new car dealership. And yeah, that's typically what you're going to get with these road cars, I believe, from their factory counterparts, or from their, what's it called, not factory counterparts. That's what you'll get from the factory in the game for most of the sports cars, unless it's like a really, slow econo box. They might put some comforts on there, but most of the sports cars will be the Sports Hards. Right out the bat, this car in stock form is a lot easier to handle in the S's compared to the Focus ST. That was the front wheel drive model. Obviously, we do not have the pushing sensation from the front wheel drive drivetrain on it. So it made that section a lot more pleasant and a lot more doable. So I believe we actually just beat the stock ST's time. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think I did a 1.1 or 01. So it's to be expected that the front wheel engine rear wheel drive V8 muscle car should outdo a 4-cylinder hot hatch. That's just kind of expected. Handling wise, this car is actually very nice with the wheel. It's not too slidey as I slide out of the line here, but it doesn't feel like a handful, that's to say. I've never driven a real Mustang in real life, so I really want to know what one of them actually drives like on an actual road course, because if this is how it drives in the game in its stock form, I can only imagine that it's probably very pleasant to drive in real life on a track. Just the NA stuff, I'm not too excited, or not have no drive to look into the turbocharged or supercharged variants that these things have, even though an EcoBoost Mustang would be pretty cool to whip around, kind of like a American Japanese type of situation there, like RB Supra type of deal, inline turbo 4-cylinder, I guess not the RB, but like a KA, I guess, or whatever they have in those Nissans and whatnot. I'm just babbling at this point. Alright, here is the last lap. We did pretty well with this car. I'm actually very surprised. Mustang was very pleasant to drive in stock form. Let's see where we end up at. There we go, 59.308. So yeah, that was a very pleasant drive. I felt very comfortable in the stock Mustang. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the fully modified one. Let's see, on the leaderboard, it is now third, beating out the stock RS. So as expected, that's what we want to see. At least my driving is consistent enough to where if you put into a better platform, it should be faster than the previous one. So at least we're there. Okay, so now we are in the Mustang GT, same car, but we have it supercharged, bumped up to 832 horsepower, and we are just shy of 3,000 pounds on it, with the performance points of 750.96. I do have a mild setup on it when it comes to suspension and differential tuning and some aerodynamic things. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to try my best to get a good lap out of this. It's going to be rowdy, I already know that much. Right off the bat, it's actually not that much louder than the stock one. Let's see how the brakes are. Okay, we're okay there. Yeah, I was surprised that this thing isn't as loud. That actually felt really nice through there. Let's go through the S's here. The trick with... let me just save it. Oh, come on. Off the grass. Off into the grass. Okay. As I was going to say, the trick with this car is to be very easy with the throttle. I do have some of the limited slip settings tweaked to hopefully negate any type of crazy throttle nonsense going on. But yeah, these supercharged V8s rear-wheel drive, they are rowdy to begin with. So the key is to keep the weight where the weight needs to be at. Don't lose traction, and don't get on that loud pedal until you're pointing in the direction that you need to be pointed at. Because that's the last thing you need to do, just not be facing somewhere that you don't want to be facing at. So see, there goes my ghost, out into nowhere land. I thought I was going to say Narnia, but that's where all the other sim racers go when they go off course. Alright, a little bit of oversteer out of that. Oh, a lot of oversteer out of that. Come on, save it. Oh. Yeah, this thing is a handful. Okay. We might have to do a lap 4 like we did with the Focus RS on this one. Just, you know, with great power comes no skill from me, or something like that. That's a quote from Spider-Man, from the director's cut, in case you guys haven't seen that. Only a couple people know that actual quote. Alright, well there goes me going off into the grass. We have passed my ghost. Let's come around here. Okay, so if you're wondering why it does that, I have a suspicion that there's something in my suspension that it doesn't like. Or as we're going over that crest, it's basically lightening up the car. Trying to think while driving here is kind of hard, but if you're going up on the crest, you're going to lose the front wheels first, and then you might lose the rear. And you obviously cannot go fast or have control of your car if your tires are not making contact with the pavement. And also, you cannot control your car if the suspension is not loaded up and you're just kind of floating. People might be fun to be in the air, but at the same time, let me see if I can keep the car, there we go. There we go. Keep the car nice and composed through here. And roll onto the throttle. There we go. Okay. 51.5 or 51.053. I don't even know if that's good or not. What was my best with the RS? Let's see where we stand, because this might be Wow. Okay, so we're still slower than the RS by 0.4. I can beat that. Let's do one more lap. I know we're going against what we are saying here, but you know what? We're here to have fun, and this is my video, and I can make up the rules and do whatever I want to do. So that's what we're gonna do. Redemption lap. That's what we'll do. Redemption lap is what it is. This car has them in it. I just suck at driving. So I apologize if I get quiet because I'm in full maximum effort focus mode now. To be fair, the Focus RS is all-wheel drive and made similar power to this, so technically it could be competitive to it, but I'm just as competitive with myself as I am with other things, and I want to give the Mustang the justice it deserves, putting the lap down. There we go. And that's what we call one lap redemption, folks. There it is. See? I have it in me. Just a little tease for you guys there. So yep, there you have it. Stock Mustang GT put down a 59.308, and the fully modified supercharged one dropped 9 seconds off of its stock form. So there you go, guys. Thanks again for watching. As always, like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what do you like about this series, if I should continue doing this, if it's a total waste of time, blah 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 blah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up now. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.